We are here at the ASU Health Futures Center, and joining me now is Dr. Douglas Lake to talk about some groundbreaking work happening around valley fever. Dr. Lake, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So what is valley fever?
Valley fever is caused by a fungus that grows in the soil here in Arizona. And we have just the right conditions. You've seen these dust storms, people digging in the soil. A lot of times dogs will dig, and the fungal spores that live in the soil are just the right size to be inhaled. And once they're inhaled, they germinate down in your lungs. And when they germinate down in your lungs, a lot of times the body responds by causing a pneumonia. So the fungus causes a pneumonia in your lungs. Most of the time it's an uncomplicated pneumonia, and people can get over it with help from their healthcare provider, but sometimes the fungus, we call it, disseminates or goes beyond the chest wall, and it can go to any organ.
Now, valley fever is something that impacts a lot of Arizonans. In fact, I actually just had a friend not too long ago go through a pretty debilitating bout with it, and it can be tricky for patients and providers. Why is that?
Well, one of the primary problems is diagnosis. Some people will get very sick, and some people won't get so sick. And if they get sick, they'll go to the urgent care or the emergency department. And if they get a chest x-ray, it's very difficult to tell if they get a chest x-ray if that white spot in their lung could be cancer, could be something non-infectious, it could be tuberculosis. So they really don't know if it's valley fever or not. And they'll say, well, we may not be able to test you. The test is going to take a long time. It's probably going to take a week to come back. So we're just going to give you some antibiotics. But antibiotics don't work for valley fever. You really need an antifungal because valley fever is caused by a fungus. And what we've done is we've made a rapid test so that people can, healthcare providers can test right there when the patient is there, real time, to determine if somebody has valley fever or not.
And so when you say a rapid test, I mean, that's such a game changer for diagnosing. What work went into that in creating this?
We've been working on this for several years now. It's really just like a COVID test. It's our first is, we hope to have a finger stick test, but our first test will just be a tube of blood, and then you'll take some serum or some plasma from that tube of blood and add it to the test, and 10 minutes later you'll have a diagnosis.
Wow, so we're talking 10 minutes compared to days weeks, or
yes.
Even more than that. So what went into that though, as far as, the research and the science behind it?
So the first thing we have to do is we have to figure out, what do most people make an immune response to? Do they make an immune response to the carbohydrate from the fungus, the protein of the fungus? So we have to figure out what is the immune target. And once we figure out what the immune target is, then we say, okay, well, let's see if we can detect antibodies to that immune target. And once we can detect antibodies to the immune target, then we can start to engineer the test.
Of course, the ASU Health Futures Center, that partnership with Mayo Clinic, is really instrumental in so much of this. How does collaboration and partnership play into being able to develop something like this?
Oh, it's crucial. So my collaborator at Mayo Clinic, Tom Griss, has been great. He's co-director of the serology laboratory at Mayo, which means that all clinical samples come through his laboratory. So we work with the human subjects committees to be able to get permission to test the samples that come through his laboratory. And then magic happens, because then we have the samples, we have the science, and it works.
So when could folks be benefiting from this rapid test?
We have some regulatory hurdles that we're going through. We're hoping end of the summer, so end of the summer in Arizona is probably end of September, so we're hoping end of September.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to share not just your work with us, but also the amazing work that's happening here every day. We certainly appreciate it. And if you would like to learn more, you can head to their website.